They start in hushed tones, stories whispered around campfires, tales told in the dark, urban legends. They're more than just scary stories. They are warnings wrapped in shadows and passed down through generations. Each whisper a thread woven into the fabric of a community. These legends often begin as bedtime stories, cautionary tales meant to keep children from wandering too far. Don't go into the woods alone. Don't talk to strangers. Don't stay out after dark. But these childhood fears don't always fade with age. They linger in the back of our minds. They take root in the places we call home. The park at the edge of town, the abandoned house on the hill, ordinary places transformed by stories into something sinister. These legends become ingrained in our collective consciousness. They remind us that even in the most familiar places, darkness can lurk. Urban legends serve a unique purpose. They are folklore for the modern age. They reflect our deepest fears and anxieties, the things that go bump in the night, the strangers we pass on the street, the secrets hidden behind closed doors. Haunted houses in particular hold a powerful grip on our imaginations. They represent the unknown, the places where the veil between our world and the next wears thin. We are both terrified and strangely drawn to them. Why are we so fascinated by what scares us? Perhaps it's the thrill of the unknown, the adrenaline rush of a good scare, or maybe it's something deeper. A primal instinct that reminds us of our own mortality. Whatever the reason, these stories serve as warnings. They remind us that even in the safety of our own neighborhoods, danger may lurk. And sometimes the most ordinary places can hold the most extraordinary secrets. Every town has one. The house at the end of the street with the overgrown lawn and boarded up windows. The one that children whisper about in hushed tones. In our town, it was the old Victorian on Oak Street. It stood on a hill overlooking the town, a monument to decay and whispered horrors. Locals told stories of a family that had met a tragic end within its walls. Some whispered of ghostly apparitions in the windows, others of strange lights and sounds at night. The house on Oak Street became a local legend, a rite of passage for teenagers daring enough to sneak onto the property after dark, a place where fear and curiosity collided in the darkness. But the stories were just stories, weren't they? Mark had always been skeptical of the stories. He dismissed them as childish pranks and overactive imaginations, that is, until the night he and his friends dared to step inside the house on Oak Street. The air inside was heavy with the smell of decay and dust. Moonlight filtered through cracks in the boarded-up windows, casting long, eerie shadows across the dusty floor. Each creak of the floorboards, every rustle of wind in the eaves sent shivers down their spines. They explored the house room by room, their laughter and bravado slowly fading with each step. The air grew colder, the shadows deeper. Mark could feel a presence in the house with them, something unseen, watching their every move. Then, in the darkness of the attic, they heard it, a soft whisper close to Mark's ear. He spun around, his heart pounding in his chest. But there was no one there. His friends, their faces pale with terror, insisted they leave. As they rushed out of the house and into the night, Mark could have sworn he saw a figure in the attic window, a solitary silhouette outlined against the moonlight. That night changed Mark. He couldn't shake the feeling that something in that house was watching him. The experience lingered, casting a shadow of doubt over the once familiar streets of his town. The stories no longer seemed so far-fetched. The line between legend and reality had blurred, leaving him with a sense of unease that he couldn't shake. He realized that the power of urban legends lies not just in the stories themselves, but in our willingness to believe them. The house on Oak Street still stands, a constant reminder of the night Mark's sense of safety shattered. It serves as a chilling testament to the power of urban legends to transform our perceptions of the world around us, reminding us that sometimes the most terrifying monsters are the ones we create in our own minds.